Should we get started?
Sure.
All right. We might as well. Welcome, Wellbeats fans, to an amazing opportunity. We get to highlight another one of our instructors, our very own Carrie Tollefson. Anyway, Carrie, you know Carrie from her Strides channel. She is a 2004 Olympian, how many times? Five-time NCAA national champion, and in 1998 was the indoor track and field athlete of the year. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Of course, the most important award that she has, of course, is being a mom, right? It's awesome. We're so happy you're here.
Oh,
Thank you
thanks,
for
Mark.
coming.
I love being here. You
Yeah.
guys do such a good job on these fun interviews, and the live shows are awesome. So thanks for having me.
Oh my goodness, I absolutely love it. I'm gonna actually turn my computer down so I can hear myself. But let's take it back a minute. How did you discover your love of not just fitness but of running?
Well, I think growing up in rural Minnesota,
Yep.
you'll all hear it. If you haven't been on the Strides channel, you'll hear a very strong Norwegian Minnesota accent. But
Yep.
I grew up in rural Minnesota, and being able to be in this small town community where everyone had an opportunity to do everything because we needed numbers for teams
I
and
understand.
orchestras and plays and things. I was able to run with my older sisters, and I just learned to love the sport in a way that it evolved over the years. So
Cool.
I didn't know early on that I was going to do this for a living or as long as I've been doing it, but it's just been a really fun journey.
That's very cool.
Yeah, and it hasn't always been easy, but
I
it's
understand.
putting one foot in front of the other seems easy.
Yeah.
But at times it's been pretty hard.
What do you love most about running? I mean, obviously that's your forte, but what do you love most about it?
Well, I think that's what I love most about it, is it challenges me. It
Okay.
gets me excited. It's something that makes me tick.
So you're slightly competitive then?
Just a little bit.
Okay.
But the older I get now,
Yeah.
I don't have to be so fast and
Right.
so competitive. And
Yeah.
I love the community. I love what the run or a good walk does for
Yeah.
people. You can get a really good workout in pretty quick. And you know me, I like the 20-minute workouts.
Yes, I understand.
And we like to get after it.
Oh, yeah.
Get out the door and get home and be able to be a mom and be a businesswoman and a wife and everything else. But
Absolutely.
yeah, I can't say much. There's not much wrong or bad about the run.
Perfect. So take the run out, but what do you love most about competing then?
What I loved most about competing was that I saw how tough I could be.
Oh,
And it
that's
wasn't always that I saw that I could win races, because believe
Yeah.
me, as a pro, I
Yeah.
probably lost more races than I won. I know I lost more races than I won.
Yep.
So I've been kind of at every angle of the sport. I've been in the back of the pack, in the front of the pack. I've fallen. I've
Yeah.
had injuries.
Yeah.
But every single time, it's shown me that I am a tough, kick butt woman in person.
Yeah, right on.
And so I think that's been the best part. What the sport has shown me is that I'm pretty tough.
Yeah, so how do you stay motivated then, especially with your longer runs? What is it that helps keep that tick going?
Yeah, I think for me now, the long run is like my happy hour.
Yeah.
I try to find somebody that wants to have a good conversation and
Yep.
can keep up, or if I can try to keep up with
I feel
them.
like happy hour. Yeah.
It is my happy hour.
That's so cool.
With 3 kids at home and a husband, it's hard to have time with your friends. So
Yeah.
long run for me is my social hour.
Yeah.
But I do think the long run it's a really nice time to enjoy nature. I love nature. I try to turn my phone off. I just try to go out and run and
Yeah.
enjoy the colors or enjoy what I'm surrounded by.
Absolutely. And Wellbeats fans, if you have any questions at all, I've got my computer up, so please ask them, and we'll try to get to them as we can. We've got a few minutes, so we'll just keep rolling. I really appreciate you being here.
It's so fun.
Man, it's a blast and a blessing to hear from you. So
Well,
thank
you and I have done hill repeats, and we've
my
been out on
word.
the run here
Yes,
and
we
there.
have. And I've been trying to coax her to get back out again.
Yes.
So we're gonna set up a date with you.
Okay.
So I love your mantra, just getting after it. How did that transpire, and what does that mean to you?
Well, Get After It Now is my slogan for my podcast. It is on my YouTube channel. I
Yep.
use it a lot when I'm coaching. And, I think for me, what started was I used a lot of positive word affirmations when I was training. And I talk
Yep.
about that even on the Strides channel, how we need to train our brain in order to get our body to do what we want it to do. Or
Yes.
to perform in in your office or at home or wherever. So Get After It for me it started when I was competing. When I was starting to hurt halfway through the race, I would just repeat, get after it, get ready, kick, all these different words.
That's awesome.
And then I started my camp. I have a kids camp, a youth camp. So I call the slogan or the tagline was get after it. And so it's just kind of came with me all these years.
That's really cool.
Yeah, and you can't really say get after it without
right.
Get after it.
You have to have a little oomph.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand. That's good. So it really started as your self-mantra to keep you rolling.
Mm-hmm.
That's really cool.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like I said, I always try to have these positive words, and I still do. If I'm getting on stage to speak or getting ready to do a TV broadcast.
Self-talk.
Yeah.
I can do this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Even today, coming in here, I'm like, come on now, let's go.
Oh, trust me, I've been doing it all morning. So on those days when it's not easy and you've got your phraseology, how do you stay motivated when you know you have to do something or you have to stay moving in some capacity? What do you do? How do you do that?
I do think, like even the way that you asked that question, how, when you have to do something, I think I've always given myself grace, especially after my competitive days were done. I've given myself the grace to know that if you can get out the door just for something little, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, you always feel better coming back. And then if you want a day off, which I do, I take usually 1 to 2 days of nothing.
That's great advice. Listen to her. Take some time off.
Yeah, for my body, but
absolutely.
also just because I want to really get after it when I do. I like to go hard for shorter amounts of time, and then I move on.
That's good. Now, you've got your hands full with life. You've got your get after it, see Tolly run. You're traveling all over the country still, doing interviews, which I absolutely love to follow. 3 kids at home. What keeps you rolling? How do you keep it all together? As an amazing athlete, an amazing mom. How do you do this all?
Well, for one, I have a really nice support system. My husband works full time as well, but usually I'm gone on the weekend. So then he has full-time dad, and then we also have a great family, and we have a lot of great sitters that are willing to come early in the morning so I can get out the door or stay late on a Friday night, things like that. But I think the big thing for me is I've tried to find things that make me tick, make me excited about life, and having that support system and having that passion to live a life where it's fun. We only have one of them.
True. Good point.
So I try. I mean, there are times. Listen, I am an inspirational speaker at times. I try to give inspiration, but there are times where I'm in the dumps too. I have to look in the mirror and be like, what's your purpose today?
I understand.
Every one of us, right?
Yep.
But I try to practice what I preach, and I try to listen to those words, and hopefully, you can look at the glasses half full rather than half empty.
Yeah, that's good. Now, how do you keep your kids motivated? To
With
stay active.
distance learning, I don't know if you just saw on my Instagram the other day, but we were doing plays. We were throwing the football around during distance
you
learning.
Have to, though. You got to keep them active somehow, right?
Ruby likes TikToks. I'm not even on TikTok, but we figure out some way
Oh my word, that's awesome.
We're just trying to have fun. We just try to keep it light. But if you sign up for something, this is what my parents always told us. My dad was a college football player, became a lawyer. My mom was a hairdresser, and they were just always there. They always supported us.
That's good.
But if we signed up for something, we needed to stick it out and do it.
That's good.
Even if we didn't like it, we still needed to do it. And I think that's what we do with the kids. Just try to make it fun and have them stick it out.
So one thing that I absolutely love about you is you always have such a positive attitude. You have a smile on your face. I know, but how do you do it? How do you keep going? Is that part of that affirmation you're talking about, or?
I think so.
Okay.
Life isn't much fun when you're kind of always complaining.
I
And
understand.
I mean, if you ask my parents and my sisters, maybe I have 2 older sisters. There's times when I'm a little grumpy.
Should we call them up right now? Get them on the phone.
Maybe not. Let's just let that be.
Okay.
But I think when I look at the mirror in the morning, I just kind of want to be like, what is your purpose? And live each day like it is your last. I know that sometimes seems kind of grim, but at the same time, let's do something with this day to make it fun and make it exciting.
So let me ask you a question. You mentioned earlier that you've been through it all. You've been in front of the pack, the back of the pack, and you've also fallen.
Been under the pack.
Oh my word! I can't even imagine what that's like. People stomping on you as you run by.
With spikes.
Oh.
It's not fun.
No. Was there blood?
A little bit.
Oh my goodness.
Probably some scars.
I'm sorry about that. So, how do you get yourself back up? when that happens? Life is going to knock us down.
Totally.
What do we do? How do we do that?
Well, in that situation, I've fallen quite a few times in races, but the one that I'm thinking of is at the World Championships for cross country. I was going up a hill and it was in the first 400 meters and I fell in the entire pack. There was probably 150 of us out there. So there were a lot of people jumping over me. My best friend from Canada as well, which she felt terrible. But I remember hearing my coach who flew over to Japan to watch, and I was kind of doing push-ups trying to get up, and I heard him just say, "Get up!" And when I heard his voice, and that's what I think. I have these people in my ear, and maybe it's just figuratively, but I have people in my ear a lot of times, and just sometimes a simple get up and like a wake you up type moment. I think that's what it is.
So it leans back, from what I'm hearing, it's just having an amazing support system. Have people around you that are going to support you, that you can support in their endeavors as well. But
hold you accountable. I mean, even like our Wellbeats community. By having that community of knowing other people are doing workouts you're doing, or struggling to get them in, or eating, or whatever it is. I just think having this community, whether it's a small knit one, like if you are small tight knit one, or a bigger one, just having that accountability is really nice.
That's really cool. So now I'm going to ask you a real personal question. So get ready.
Okay.
I'm just teasing. It's not that bad. What is the best part about being an Olympian? Come on. Tell me, what did you love about the experience, about being selected, and actually walking the line, and all that stuff? What was the best part?
I think the best part is knowing that I achieved something I had set out to achieve. So many times we have these goals and we don't quite get them. But when you get one, you have to celebrate it.
Oh, I can't even imagine.
Yeah.
And just the euphoria of being
there. It was just amazing. And even I just get kind of excited thinking about the opening ceremonies and towing the line and wearing my red, white, and blue. And it was amazing, Mark. And still to this day, like when you introduced me, it's like, you did it. And my family and everyone else that
I get goosebumps thinking about it.
I do too. I always do. And it's a pretty special thing.
That's awesome. So you have a tremendous track record, pun intended, with achievements galore. What are some of the top personal achievements in your life that you would say are something you hold the most dear outside of running and track? This is just a Carrie.
Yeah. Well, I think having a great relationship with my husband has been good. I mean,
that's awesome.
We've been married since 2003, and that is an accomplishment.
Yes, it is.
Anyone who gets married or has a partner in life, it's like, woo, and we have had a lot of good times together. We've had some tough times to figure out, but together we've done it. And now we have these 3 kids, and that again is a whole other roller coaster ride.
I understand.
I hate to say love-hate because it's not really how it is.
Hate,
but it is sometimes, especially during a pandemic.
Oh my word. We understand.
Yes. No, I just love them so much.
But
I think that the sport again has taught me how to come back, persevere, dig deep. It's life's been really good to me, and being able to have a career still in the sport, whether it's through fitness or through commentating, it's been a really nice transition. I have missed being an athlete, and when you are known as an athlete, sometimes your identity is just stuck in that athlete. And sometimes I think, I'm 43 years old now. How long am I going to still be able to play this athlete?
Forever.
Yes. That's what I'm hoping.
Yes.
Like, can I be, 7 years old and still
you can.
telling people how to
still beating me on hills? Oh, well.
That's what we're doing.
We'll talk about that. So, do you have back to running now, do you have a warm-up or a recovery that you just swear by? Getting ready, or even from an active recovery standpoint? And we could facilitate this in any way outside of running, but what's your routine?
Yeah, I think a lot of people forget that we do need to really warm up. I mean, sometimes I skimp on the cool down, which I know is still equally as important, but life's busy, we have appointments and things. So if you have to skip on something, for me, it's 5 minutes less of a cool down. My warm-ups are usually when I'm running or even going to the gym to lift or do whatever. Usually I do a little bit of a run, like just a straight out run. And then I'll do some plyos, like high knees, kick butts, all those fun things. And then I'll do some strides. A lot of people forget this. Before you head into like a tempo run, which we've talked about on the Strides channel, or a fartlek, or whatever kind of Interval, you like that word.
I know, I love that word.
It's the guys every time. But any kind of interval, I think you guys can do your short strides, your short sprints. That gets your heart rate up for a second, brings it back down. So then when you go into that interval or tempo run, whatever, your heart rate is like, oh wait, or your heart is like, I've been there. Just for those 3 strides or whatever. So nice easy warm up, some plyos, a little bit of drills, and then get to it.
That's awesome. So any tips that you have for preventing injury for anyone aspiring to, look at gaining more of a fitness presence in their life?
I think I don't know, a lot of people might say, well, she likes to take recovery to the 10th degree. I think recovery is by far the most important, especially as we get older or the more hours we work or, just as a professional athlete, I had recovery. I had people helping me with recovery by massage or chiropractor, all that stuff. But the older I get, the more recovery I can have between hard days.
That's good.
Is so important. Sleep.
Oh,
please sleep.
We sleep way too little in our society. I completely agree.
I mean, hydration, nutrition, all of that stuff, it's all, included. But I think we forget how tired we are from both pushing ourselves in our physical activity, but also just in our everyday lives.
Completely agree. Recovery is so key, and taking a full day or 2, like you said earlier, is so imperative.
It doesn't hurt anybody.
No, it doesn't, and it's not messing with your fitness level at all.
I don't think so.
No, it's actually enhancing it because it gives your body a chance to recover. I can't preach that enough, so I appreciate you saying.
Well, I think people think, oh wait, I might gain some weight if I take a day, or I might lose fitness, and actually I think it's quite the opposite, especially as you get older in life.
I completely understand. So what else would we might not know about you that you would like to share? I mean, is there some little thing that you can say?
Well, you might know because you see me like when the cameras go off or we turn off the audio, but I love to dance.
Oh,
not like I'm good at it, but like 80s big hair bands anytime.
Oh, I did not know that.
Or like 90s hip hop.
Okay.
Oh, I love it.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, we're gonna have to get you in a vibe class sometime. Okay.
I'm not sure I have a lot of rhythm, but I get it done.
Sweet.
But that's a fun fact. So when I talk about dancing, I had never had a drink of alcohol.
Okay.
Because I was always on the dance floor.
You're on the dance floor anyway.
Exactly.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, and sometimes I sleep in my running clothes.
Okay. Oh, really?
I mean, I say quite often.
If you're gonna get up, they're comfortable anyway.
Well, that and for me, if I have it on, it's really hard to take it off if I don't go do it.
Good point.
So, I know some people think that's crazy.
Oh.
But if you are having a hard time
sense.
getting out the door when it's getting dark out, like it is right now here in Minnesota, or it's getting cooler, just to have some of that on, doesn't have to be the whole entire thing.
Okay, but
some
of it to get you motivated to take the next step.
Yeah, and there's some cute running gear. My husband probably doesn't always love me in my running gear, but it's still pretty cute.
Yeah, that's awesome. So what makes you a better person? Having been an athlete, having gone through the perseverance. I love that word. But how does that translate to who you are today?
Yeah, I mean that's a really hard question because I just want to be kind. I want to be known as somebody that cared about people.
That's good.
At times I had a lot of attention on how I could perform and winning races and being an athlete. And even though track and field sometimes we're like, that's not the NBA or whatever, but a lot of times I had people kind of patting my back a lot.
That's cool.
And I want to be that person to pat
that.
everyone else on the back and say, you can do it too.
Appreciate
Making the Olympic team was cool. But I just want people to say she was a super nice mom, wife, person, and she was an Olympian.
Oh, that's so sweet. I love that. I appreciate your time so much. This is such an honor and a privilege. Thank you for joining us today. For all our Wellbeats fans, let's give Carrie a huge round of applause. Thank you again for being with us today. And again, if you have any questions, please post them. Even if you're watching this later, we'll try to get to them at some point. And join us again next time. Remember, stay strong, stay healthy, and get after it.
Thanks, Mark.
Yep. We'll see you again soon. Thank you again.